performance review. Kinda. Well, as people on my social media are aware, I have received myself one Maketoys Quantron box so big can't fit in the screen! When I use the word big, the box is about the only thing in this that's big. And my bottle of beer. Insert random phallic joke wherever you will. So what do I think of Maketoys Quantron? We'll start with the positives. The box is nice. Actually, there's more positives than that. Okay, the positives in regards to Maketoys Quantron. Aesthetically, parts of them are lovely. Strafe, I thought, was really, really nice. Very, very nice. They are very well designed. I'm talking about the looks here. Very well designed, lots of detail, lots of nice little bits and pieces. The face sculpts in particular are fantastic. Light speed, strafe, scatter shots okay, and nose cone. Afterburner kind of looks like, I don't know, like he wants to do one of those speed racing things round in a circle. Other things that I like about it, you have Speed Racer and Gradius and the Tron Light Cycle in one box. That is pretty cool. It has to be said, that is pretty cool. Cool, not cruel. Cool. They have the stuff that you'd expect from third party. They're posable. They look really good on their own. They look really good. I have to say that is the best thing I can say about it. When I first got this toy, when I first saw it, and I first saw the CGI render of Quantron standing there with his great big bow, and if you want to sell something to me, basically, give it a bow or a gun. I'd buy Justin Bieber toys if he came with a bow or a gun, or a bow or a sword that I could then stab him with. So I have been waiting for this toy with a real mix of hope and yayness and geeky gorgasm. Geeky gorgasm? What the hell is a geeky gorgasm? I've only had 3 mouthfuls. What is a geeky gorgasm? A geekgasm, that's what I'm trying to say. You know, with geekgasmic intensity I have been waiting for this toy. And it came through to me yesterday. Yesterday morning. I had to go meet the UPS delivery guy because I live in a remote location and that where deliveries are not made to on a daily basis. Okay, I know I don't live in the fucking... You know, I know I don't exactly live in the middle of New York, but I'm hardly in the fucking bayou. Anyway. So this toy arrived to me yesterday, and I'm really excited. I can't wait. I get it home, I open the box, and I look at this and I think, oh wow, this is fantastic. And then I open the box, I take out the inside, and I look at it, and I can see it, and my first thought is, fucking tiny. That was my first instinct reaction to Quantron. He's fucking tiny. When it comes down to the third parties and their toys, As a general consensus, there are exceptions to this, fans project being the most notable one. They tend to put a lot of them in line with the masterpiece range, size-wise. At least for the combiner modes, you can very much argue that a lot of the robots themselves are a bit too big to fit in with the main Decepticons, but then they fit in nicely with the Decepticon masterpieces, as in they fit in with the Seekers, and they fit in with Soundwave. I don't have a masterpiece Megatron to compare it to. That is one big fucking spider. You know you're in the country. So, yes. Dogs were asleep, otherwise they'd go for it. So, yeah, the first thing I thought was this was fucking tiny, and if you look at the other third-party toys, if you look at Feral Rex, if you look at Warbatron, admittedly, Warbatrons, Combaticons, they don't really fit with the Autobot masterpieces, so they don't really fit with Prowl, or Blue Streak, or Sideswipe, or Red Alert, or I don't know about Wheeljack, but I'm assuming he's the same size as the others. X-Transbots, whose plastic quality leaves a lot to be desired, they put them in line with the Masterpiece range. Well, they actually market them as extensions to the Masterpiece range. Uranus is in line with the Masterpiece range. The Combaticon, the Constructicons, Hercules is in line with the Masterpiece range. I don't know about Giant, but I can't imagine he's that far off. UT, Unique Toys, they haven't done that, to my knowledge, they haven't done their Predaking in line with the Masterpiece range. Fans projects are generally the exception to the rule. They tend to have their own stuff in their own universe to their own scales. That's fine. But then in saying that, Smart Robin, he's not a bad size, though he's too small for a Headmaster, but that's not the point. That's not what we're looking at. So, Computron. They are dinky. I mean, seriously dinky. They're small, I wouldn't even call them a regular size deluxe. I think they're a bit smaller. And because they are so thin, they look even smaller. Lightspeed looks absolutely anorexic with just how skinny he is. So, that was my first foray when I opened the box and they're so small. That was my first thought. But you know what? I thought I'll give it a chance. I'll take them out. I'll have a look and we'll go from there. Size really kept coming back to me. I couldn't, maybe it's just because I'm too used to the four third-party combiners that I have or are getting, which is Uranus, Hercules, Feral Rex, and Warbatron. I have a fans project Bruticus knocking about somewhere. I'll show you that picture. So I'm used to the bigger ones, and I'm used to, you know, them putting these guys out there as these big combiners, and to get these guys, which really put me off initially. But, you know, I thought I'll have a proper look at them, I'll have a play around with them, and we'll see how we go, and we'll have a look. And the first one I took out was my favourite of the Technobots, which is Lightspeed. And he's always been my favourite. That Friar Tug of a toy. I'll take you back. So he was the first one I took out, and I'm fiddling with him and I'm playing with him and I'm moving him about, and he is nice. He does have a decent amount of articulation. He does, you know, doesn't stand up very well. None of them stand up very well. You put them in any kind of pose and they just want to go or don't stand up very well. You really are stuck when it comes to going for uber dynamic poses, which Tron can do, which Feral Rex can do, which Uranus can do, and which Hercules can kind of do. And Hercules has got an excuse, and it's one of the earliest third-party combiners. Projects Bruticus, as in when they just did the Swindle and the Blast-Off, Munitioner and Explorer, they could stand up quite easily in the most dynamic of poses that you want. Transformed Lightspeed, and he's Speed Racer, which is quite a nice touch. I did quite like his transformation. His arms are quite fiddly to get into place, and I actually have to admit, instruction manual for changing light speed, so much easier to just figure it out. It really is that awkward. Reading the instruction manuals and trying to twist this and doing that and doing the other. Once you figured out how it goes, it wasn't actually quite bad. Nice solid transformation. And then we got to Nose Cone! Never has a toy since Masterpiece Megatron so fucking infuriated me trying to transform it. Hours I spent. I was running out of patience left, right and centre trying to get this toy to transform. The number of times I just wanted to go, nah! Just to take out some ounce of rage against it. And I know I'm not the only one who has been a little bit infuriated by Nose Cone. I have heard it said, I haven't seen any official sources, so I am reiterating second-hand, third-hand, fourth-hand, fifth-hand information that other people have complained about the complexity of Nose Cone. He is insanely, stupidly fiddly from his pulling and his twisting, which his knee joints are very tight. He's pulling and he's twisting and he's pulling this out and sticking it in, but then that bit won't stick in there and this bit won't stick in here and that bit won't go in there, then you gotta get the fucking drill down! Not since Masterpiece Megatron have I been so overwhelmingly disappointed with a toy. You take what is possibly the nicest to me of all of them, which is Strafe, and his Micromaster complex. You push his legs in, you push his arms in, you push the knees into the thighs. No, you push the knees into the lower legs, you flip the cockpit over his head, job fucking done. Oh, and he's a parts former, so then you've got to clip the fucking ends of Gradius onto his fucking tips of his fucking arms. And then his guns are so friggin' big that if you actually have them in the style of G1 Strafe, as in on top of his shoulders, they add a thick, at least 70% to his height. On the whole though, Strafe, I have to admit, I actually think was the nicest. I thought it was the nicest of all of them. I really like Strafe. Which is why I took some pictures with Strafe. Have a look. Isn't it? He-Man Nose Cone. Small. Small! 300 pigging sterling I paid for this damn thing! Maketoys, you fucked up! What did I think of Quantron combined? I couldn't fucking tell you. I never got that far. Because after hours of trying to fiddle Nose Cone into his tank mode, eventually giving up, and then going, I'm going to transform it into foot mode, and playing with that even more for more hours to not get it to sit in properly, till eventually, by blind luck, I got the 4 different little pegs, 4 pegs, that have to be aligned properly to get him into the foot. Once by luck, I got that in there, I looked at it, it was quite solid, and I thought, fuck it, good enough. I thought, we'll go on to the next leg. I want to see what he looks like combined. I want to give some form of full opinion on what the guy looks like combined. I then picked up Lightspeed, picked up the next foot. Lightspeed was in his car mode. So I picked up the instruction manual, took one look at the fucking instruction manual with its really, really badly done transform, twist this, blue bit, green bit, yellow bit, arrow bit, fuck a bit! I took one look at that and went, fuck you, you're going back in the box. And that's what I did. I took it apart, I transformed nose cone. Admittedly, it was a lot easier to transform back into robot, but it's still a bit of a pain in the ass. I transformed Lightspeed back into robot and put them all back in the box. I had a look at Scattershot, he's quite nice. Kind of chunky, very stiff. Other than that, not too bad. Afterburner, I barely glanced over. I looked at him and he'd got some weird fucking face with some weird alien, slopey, thingy, horrible fucking condom head! And then the hands on Afterburner. The hands! Right, I have to, again, I've got really used to having actual proper formed hands. Even if they tend to have the open bits down here, which Feral Rex fixed when they gave us Tigress. Afterburner, to my mind, has blast-off hands. You know how the original G1 blast-off didn't actually have any hands? You simply took the nose cone, you split it apart, and you turned them like that. Right, he didn't have fists, he had plates with holes in it. The guy wasn't a space shuttle, he was a fucking waiter. So, Afterburner's hands kind of do this kind of weird slope. He has that. With a big slope over it. So does Lightspeed, in all fairness. Nose cone as well actually has, which I have to admit, I thought were quite cool. Underslung machine gun, flamethrower, rocket pods, which I thought, yeah, you know what, I'd really like to get into that pose, you know, that standard classic pose. Two guns up here, foot planted, because no robot goes pew 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 pew. But would he go like that? No, he fell over. So I pick him up and I straddle him again. So I pick him up and I straddle him again. Does Silverbot lose his patience when toys don't do what they do? It's the Pope of fucking Catholic! You get the impression I'm not very impressed. No. I'm not very impressed. Two biggest issues, all rants and jokes aside, down to the size. I now know why, unlike with a lot of other toys, we didn't get proper promo shots of individual toys next to other individual toys, say from like Feral Rex, say, like how we've seen pictures of third-party Abominus next to third-party Blastoff. Different companies. I know why we didn't get that, because I will say this much, if I'd have realised how small this guy was, I don't think I'd have bought it. Size is a massive, massive letdown as far as I am concerned. Fiddliness. Now, I know that some people do genuinely complain about the simplicity of modern Hasbro toys. Now, personally, I think twist, pull, spin, you got a robot. I think that's a great little gimmick. I think it's really clever. Bear in mind is that before, the leader class toys have been designed with small children in mind, but they're still quite... still quite fiddly to do at times. And I know I have a bit of a reputation of being very heavy-handed and not able to figure these things out. But Alternity Megatron is not an easy toy to transform. I've transformed it. Okay, I had to follow the instructions, but I transformed it. These guys are insane. Not since Masterpiece Megatron have I been so overwhelmingly disappointed with a toy. I got this toy yesterday, I put it back in its box today. It's going on eBay. I'll buy Warbatron. Maketoys have seriously gone down in my estimation. That toy is just horrible in so many ways. In other ways, it is very nice. I will say this, its plastic quality is excellent. It's very, especially when you consider the amount of twisting and tweaking and pulling and twisting of nose cones, drill, cockpit center thing. It's very, very durable. There's no stress marks on it. And I was pulling it around this way and trying to figure out which way it goes, and does it go under, and does it go over, and does it come this way, and does it go that way, and does it plug in there, does it plug in there? I am not minded in that way, in that I can figure out complex things. Well, not even complex. I can't figure that kind of shit out. It's why I always got Repellent Pound Dead to do it for me. He could do it. One of the guys on YouTube here, Dorian, he has heard some not good things about this toy. If anyone from Maketoys is watching this, KFC had problems with their previous toys. They had to rebrand. Maketoys, of course, are also bringing out a Defensor. I won't be getting that. And as I said in my other video, third-party market is not that big. I really, really wanted this toy to be great. Maybe half my problem with it is that I'd set my expectations so high. I had been so used to really good quality products coming out of third parties. I mean, even X-Transbots, I didn't like that. I didn't like their pipes. But mainly because of its plastic quality. This, on the other hand, has excellent plastic quality. It's got lovely aesthetic. Strafe, I think, is fabulous. I can't sing Strafe's praises enough. But the rest of it is just not good enough. Well, for me, no, actually no, I'm going to rephrase that. The toy itself is perfectly good enough. But its fiddliness, its finickiness, its instruction manual is shocking. Might as well be in Braille for all the sense I can make out of it. And it's really put them down a lot in my estimation. I'm genuinely disappointed in this toy. Masterpiece Megatron infuriated me. But looking back on Masterpiece Megatron, I never liked it that much in the first place. I never really liked the design of it. Hegemon is 100 times better the design than Masterpiece Megatron ever was. With this guy, I really like the design. I like the aesthetics. I like the imagery of him. I got the toy and I was woefully disappointed. As I said, let's go on eBay. And unlike other eBay sellers, I won't try and screw people for as much as I can get out of them. I want to get back what I sold it for. I want to make back off it what I bought it for. But anyway, that's not the point. I think I've covered what I wanted to cover. I've talked about the masterpieces and the size range and the quality we've got and how fiddly everything is. I better answer my text messages because I think I know who it is. And she's probably having a patty fit wondering what's wrong with me because why I haven't text back. But anyway, for now, this is Silverbolt with a lovely, lovely beer that I found in Lidl. Beer, the one I was drinking in Thailand, the one that got me absolutely razzled one night with those two Australian lads, and it's really, really nice. Might have another bottle actually. Signing off saying au revoir, adios, auf Wiedersehen.